I think this is a symptom of working at a multi-doctor practice, which has so many advantages, but also can have drawbacks when you have six doctors, for instance, who all maybe have slightly different ways that they've learned to or have developed to treat diabetes. That's a big one that I remember from my days in several multi-doctor practices. And clients would get actually quite upset sometimes when I would offer advice because I was the one on duty that day and my boss had said something different. And I felt very strongly about my advice, but it was contradictory. And to that client, that meant that we as a group didn't seem to know what we were doing. So I really liked this article's, breaking it down into two different approaches. You can bond the client to the practice or you can bond the client to one doctor, because both of those obviously have pros and cons. But it did kind of like delineate that well in my mind and made it a more productive conversation, I think, to have with the other doctors in your practice.
I actually really like that distinction between bonding clients to the clinician or bonding clients to the practice. I work in a practice that has 4 or 5 doctors. I never see another doctor. I'm only ever there on alone. So I am always in the middle of someone else's case or starting a case and passing it along. So some of the things that my practice has put in place to make that a better transition for clients, like it all makes sense now looking at it from this lens of bonding clients to the practice. We have sort of agreed upon by the doctors approaches to some of these major diseases to try and limit some of this confusion for clients.